Hello friends, welcome to our channel CBSE English The Topper's Choice. In today's video, we are going to discuss class 10th 7th poem Animals. At the beginning, we'll talk about the poet of this poem. Walt Whitman is the poet of this poem Animals. Walt Whitman was born on 31st May 1819 and died on 26th March 1892. He was an American poet, essayist, and journalist. He is a major figure in early American poetry. Whitman is among the most influential poets in the American canon, often called the father of free verse. In an age when all poetry was rhymed and metrical, Whitman made a break with tradition and wrote a revolutionary new kind of poetry in free verse. He was a nonconformist in all respects, including his social life. This poem, Animals, is from his work Song of Myself in Leaves of Grass. Theme of this poem. The main theme of the poem is loss of humanity among humans. The poet describes how animals are better than humans. According to him, humans commit sins, animals don't. Animals do not care about worldly things, while humans do. Animals do not discriminate, while humans do. Animals never discuss their duties to God, while humans do. So, the poet desires that humans should adopt the qualities of animals to become better humans. Introduction to this poem. In the poem Animals, Walt Whitman has shown the comparison between human beings and animals. He has pointed out the evils present inside the human brain, which he thinks animals don't have. That is why he thinks that animals are much better than human beings. The poet admires animals for being better than human beings. He wishes to live with animals and to experience a life where no one complains and where everyone is free of sins and sorrows. Summary of this poem. The poet desires to turn into an animal and live with them, as he is impressed by their calmness and the purity of their mind. Animals appear to be contented with their lives. The poet stands and looks at them for a long time. The poet is quite impressed by the animals that they do not complain and cry about their conditions like human. They eat and sleep peacefully. They have nothing to worry about. The animals are pure and they do not pray to God for forgiveness or ask God to fulfill their desires like humans. Animals do not possess material things like humans, and they are happy and satisfied without all the worldly items. Animals are free from the habit of praying to their ancestors. When the poet says, not one is respectable, he means that since all of them are equal, there is no question of respect for some and insult to other. Thus, animals are happy and uncomplaining. The poet feels that animals represent human beings in some way. This means that animals seem to have virtues like kindness and innocence, which humans once had. They symbolize the lost values of human race. The poet believes that humans dropped these virtues a long time ago and have forgotten them. Now we'll discuss the poetic devices used in this poem. Rhyming scheme. There is no rhyming scheme in the poem. It's a free verse. Walt Whitman broke the tradition of rhymed and metrical poetry. He was famous for writing a revolutionary new kind of poetry which was in free verse. Assonance. It means words that have the same or very similar vowel sounds near one another. Use of vowel sound I and E. In the lines, I think I could turn and live with animals. Anaphora. It means the repetition of a word or phrase at the beginning of a series of clauses or sentences. Use of the repeated word I in the poem, as in the line, I think I could turn and live with animals. Use of repeated words, they do not. In the lines, they do not sweat and whine about their condition. They do not lie awake in the dark and weep for their sins. They do not make me sick discussing their duty to God. Metaphor. In metaphor, a word or phrase is applied to an object or action to which it is not literally applicable. It has been used in this line in the poem. They do not sweat and whine about their condition. Here, sweat and whine refer to the cries and complaints of human beings. One more line. They bring me tokens of myself. Here, the inner qualities of humans are referred to as tokens. Now we'll discuss the main points of this poem. The poet feels more comfortable and at home with animals. He doesn't feel comfortable with human beings. He wants to move away from human beings and live with animals. Animals are calm and contented. Animals never weep over their miserable conditions as humans do. Animals never worship God and weep for their sins. They don't suffer from the mania or madness of owning and possessing things. They don't fall down on knees to show respect to others. Thousands of years ago, the ancestors of human beings possessed the qualities of love and kindness. Human beings have lost those tokens of love, but animals still retain them. Human beings are confused, greedy, and overambitious, while animals are not. So dear friends, if you have liked this video, please click on like, subscribe the channel and click on the bell icon to get more videos like this. Thank you very much for watching.